Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I'm here to share with you my October to be read. October is my favorite time of year. I love Halloween. I love all things associated with Halloween. Yeah, so October is a big month for me. And reading-wise, it is also a big month for me because I'm planning on taking part in 2 readathons. I'm going to be doing, as you saw in my last video, I'm going to be doing the Books in the Freezer readathon, which is the 1st through the 14th of October. I will link that video either up in the cards or down below so you can check that out. And then right after Books in the Freezer readathon, I'm going to be taking part in Spookathon, which is the 15th through the 21st, and I'm going to be posting a separate TBR video for that. I have a couple of other books that I still want to read in October, and you may see a couple repeats when it comes to my Spookathon TBR, because I might try to put some of these in with that readathon. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said, the first 2 weeks of October, I'm going to be taking part in the Books in the Freezer readathon, but I'm also going to be listening to an audiobook during that time that is not necessarily associated with that readathon, and that book is Red Clocks by Lenny Zumas. I hope I'm saying that right. This is one that I bought on the cheap. I saw it at a discount bookstore, and I've heard a lot about it, and that the kind of women's topics that it explores is very relevant to the climate in the US right now as far as women's rights and such go. So I'm really interested to get to this one. I'm probably mostly going to listen to the audiobook though, and I have it like ready to go on overdrive, so I can't wait to get that one started. My next October read isn't necessarily a horror pick, but it's one that was sent to me for review from Wonderkind PR, and it just sounded kind of interesting, and so I want to check it out. It's called The Rule of One by Ashley Saunders and Leslie Saunders, and it's a YA dystopia, I believe, which I haven't read in a while, I feel like. So I think I'm ready. I'm feeling it. It's about this kind of dystopian world where the population is heavily controlled, and everyone is only allowed to have one child. So each couple is allowed one child. So if you happen to have twins, guess what happens to one of your babies? Yeah. And in this story, there are a set of twin girls who their parents managed to save them both, but they live as one person. They kind of take turns living that one life. And they do that for 18 years until they are found out by the government, and then the government is after them. So it sounds really interesting, just to kind of imagine that kind of world where they would just take a life like that. Yeah, it sounds disturbing and just cool. So, and it sounds like it's going to be a very like kind of cat and mouse kind of story, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. The next read I'm doing for October, I'm super excited about. I first heard about this book over on Lindsay's channel, at Lindsay's Little Library. She was talking about it, and I immediately added it to my TBR because it takes place in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, or the UP as we call it here in Michigan. And obviously I was interested because I'm from Michigan, and my dad actually grew up in the UP. He grew up in a little town right on Lake Superior, so I was immediately interested and wanted to read it. And even better, I had added it to my TBR, but I wasn't planning on reading it anytime soon until my local library posted on their Facebook page that they are doing an author event with this author. She's going to be coming in and doing a talk and answering questions and signing books. So I was like, well, now I gotta read it, and it's at the end of October that she's coming. So I'm super excited to pick this up and to go to that event, because that just never happens in my area. But the book is The Marsh King's Daughter by Karen Dion, and like I said, it takes place in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. It's about a woman who is raised in the UP by her parents, and what's different about that is that her father had actually abducted her mother. Her mother was a teenager when she was abducted, and she is a product of that abduction. And that right there has me grabbed. Yeah. But basically her father, according to the back, her father gets put away in prison and escapes. And so the authorities are trying to find him, and she is going to help them because she just kind of knows him and knows her way around the area where she grew up in the UP. It's very secluded and everything. And it just sounds, I'm just excited to read a book with local flair. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. And then this last book I am planning to read like the last maybe day or two of the month because this book takes place on Halloween. It's called Pork Pie Hat by Peter Straub, and it's about a jazz musician who is kind of on his, I believe he's on his deathbed or very close to dying, and he is telling a story about something that happened to him or that he witnessed this horrible event on Halloween night when he was a child. So it's a quick little novella that I think would be really fun to read right on Halloween because it takes place right on Halloween. And I've had this book on my shelf. I meant to read it last October and just didn't get to it, so it's definitely a priority to get this one read this year. Alright guys, so those are my reading plans for the month outside of the readathons I'm taking part in, I should say. And like I said, I might try to reuse some of these for Spookathon. We'll see how it goes. Because I don't want to get too ambitious with my TBRs. I tend to do, because then I don't get to all the books that I want to read, and it just kind of, I don't know. I like to keep things simple and realistic, so we'll see how it goes. But yes, let me know though if you guys are planning on taking part in either the Books in the Freezer readathon or the or Spookathon, because I would love to know. And also, if you're not, just hey, let me know what you're reading this month, like, because I'm sure a lot of people are out there trying to read as many spooky, creepy horror books as they can, and I would love to hear about it. So yes. Other than that, that is all I have for today, guys, and I hope that you're having a great week and that October is spooky and awesome, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.